Have you ever had one of those Thanksgiving mornings where all the smells are familiar, the people are familiar, but your heart feels like it's floating somewhere between gratitude and overwhelm? Maybe the house is full, but you feel a little empty, or the plans are set, but your soul hasn't caught up with all that's going on. You know, that moment when you stop stirring the pot and setting the table and you think, why does this feel like so much? And why doesn't it feel different this year? I want to be thankful. I have so much to be thankful for, but this is a lot. I've lived a lot of different Thanksgivings in my life. Some are loud and crowded, some forced, and some downright lonely. Some surprising and new, and some, like the one that we're preparing for this year, are tender and holy in a way I've never expected. Today, I want to take you on a little journey through my own Thanksgiving seasons because maybe you'll hear a bit of your own story in there. And maybe, just maybe, God will whisper something to you about where He's meeting you this year. And before we dive in, I want to share about a group coaching experience that I'm launching for 4 weeks the month of January. It's called Rhythms of Renewal, and we're going to start on January 6th. This group coaching experience is your opportunity to reset and realign your rhythm, to move from striving and surviving to living in sync with God's design for your life. And what better time than at the beginning of a new year? Together, we're going to explore how to anchor your year in spiritual alignment, practical priorities, and daily habits that bring joy instead of pressure. Mama, this is not about resolutions, it's about renewal, a new way of showing up, centered, confident, and connected to God's rhythm of peace. If you want a calmer, more aligned, more grounded 2026, the link for this group coaching experience, Rhythms of Renewal, is in the show notes, or you can just go to mommentoring.com/renewal. That's the number two, mommentoring.com/renewal. All right, let's breathe together and get started. Hey, welcome, friends. I am so glad you're here. My name is Misty Hughes, and this is Mom to Mom Mentoring, where kingdom minded moms find encouragement, truth, and practical rhythms so that you can live powerfully, lead with purpose, and love with passion. This space, it exists because I've lived the overwhelm, the transitions, the seasons of loss and rebuilding. And I've also lived the goodness of God right in the middle of all the messy. And I want that same hope for you. So let's walk through Thanksgiving together. I grew up with the kind of Thanksgiving where the house was bursting the seams. Grandma never sat down, ever, because she was joyfully hovering over the kitchen, feeding everyone and acting like sitting was a crime. Aunts, uncles, cousins, loud conversations, mismatched dishes, and games were squeezed into every corner of the house. Those were held, sweet Thanksgivings. Even in the chaos, there was a rhythm to it all: food, fullness, familiarity. I didn't know a Thanksgiving any other way. There was a rightness to it. Of course, I wasn't involved in all the prep work. I was a child, but through my child's eyes, it seemed perfect. Looking back, I didn't realize how rare it was to feel that rooted. Then came marriage, and with it, the automatic tradition. We went to my ex-husband's mom's house. No questions asked. It was what you did. It was loud. There was beer flowing, cards always on the table. The whole extended family traveled in. It wasn't bad. It was fun. There was laughter and the familiar. It just wasn't mine. I didn't know where I fit in or even how to fit in. I was a guest in someone else's family rhythm. I was present, but not planted. And I know some of you listening know exactly what that feels like. Doing Thanksgiving because it's what the family expects. Then came all those single mom years. Every Thanksgiving in the early years, the kids went to their dad's house. It worked out so I could have them on Christmas and Easter because those felt more important to me. And he didn't argue, so Thanksgiving became the holiday I surrendered. And friend, I was alone. I was lonely. I was grateful that my kids had a place to go, family to be with, something that I couldn't offer them at that time. But let me tell you, I was grieving every year. Sometimes I'd pop into a friend's house for an hour or two, but eventually I'd drive home to my quiet house, heat up something simple if I ate at all, and try not to think too much about the ache as I slipped down into my bubble bath or watched movies late into the night. Those were my wandering years. What season are you in as you head into Thanksgiving this year? Are you holding? Are you hosting? Are you navigating? Are you wandering a little? Just name it. God meets. God meets your honesty with his tender mercy. Then the kids got older and stopped going to their dads on Thanksgiving, and something unexpected began to happen. Thanksgiving became alive again, but it was our way. As a family, we got to establish our own rhythm for that holiday. Sometimes we had friends over and filled the kitchen with cooking and laughter. We made turkey hats. One year, we ate shrimp instead of turkey. And as different families or individuals graced our home with their presence, we'd pick up a new tradition here and there, like coffee with Bluebell vanilla ice cream. It had to be Bluebell, and it was more like a coffee mug packed with ice cream and a little bit of coffee poured over the top. It was served first thing in the morning. Thank you so much, Tara Jameson. Like many of our holiday traditions, it didn't happen every year. Some of our traditions only lasted 1 year, but we still refer to them as traditions because that's just how it was at my house. Nothing was the same from 1 year to the next, and that was our rhythm, our tradition. Our table changed, the people changed, the menu changed, the landscape of our life changed, but God was weaving something new. Where might God be inviting you to loosen your grip this Thanksgiving and let Him surprise you so He can add a new thread to the tapestry of your life? Fast forward today. The past few years have been ones filled with ever-changing traditions as well. We've visited kids, celebrated their way. We've had kids and grandkids into our home, and this year, Craig and I are renting a big house in the Catskills. 3 of 4 of my kids will be there. They'll be in and out during the holiday week. The grandkids will be running around. The hot tub will be overflowing, the coffee will be strong, and hopefully we will find some Bluebell ice cream and relive the Jameson tradition. The fireplace will be warm. There'll be crafts to create, games to play, and good conversation waiting. Craig and I always try to discuss what we want our trips with family or just ourselves to feel like. What do you want to be able to say about the trip when you get home? What will make it successful to you? That's how life is when you live with a high communicating coach for a wife. We talked about what we wanted this Thanksgiving week to feel like. I said, I want us to stay who we are, even away from home, a refuge, a place for fun, fellowship, and space. So we're making steak and potatoes for our Thanksgiving meal. A fancy charcuterie board, games, laughter, easy conversation, and zero pressure. No one performing, just presence. I wonder, what do you want people to feel when they walk into your Thanksgiving this year? Peace, belonging, relief, joy, simplicity, breath? Write it down. Ask God how to show you how to create that in your home. Or if you're visiting someone else, ask him, how do I carry that in my soul? Let him speak. Let him show you and guide you. You know, he really is a good shepherd. And let everything else fade into the background. And beloved, if you're listening to this and thinking, this sounds amazing, how do I really live this out? I want this for my future, for my 2026. I want a new rhythm. I want to feel aligned again. Well, that's exactly what you will walk away from our January Rhythms of Renewal with. It's what it's designed for. Just hop over to momtomommentoring.com/renewal or click the link in the show notes to learn all about it. Now, I'd like to close today with a psalm that feels like a mirror to my Thanksgiving story and maybe to yours. This is excerpts from Psalm 107. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His faithful love endures forever. Let the redeemed of the Lord tell their story. Some wandered in the wilderness, lost, hungry, and thirsty, and their souls grew faint within them. Then they cried out to the Lord in their trouble, and he rescued them. So let us give thanks for his unfailing love and the wonderful things he does for us. He satisfies the thirsty and fills the hungry with good things. I hear my own life in those verses. The wandering, those lonely Thanksgivings, the crying out, my single mom years, the rescuing, the rebuilding, the laughter, the turkey hats, the filling with good things, the Catskills house, the grown kids coming home, the peace that feels like a warm blanket. And I wonder, where do you find yourself in this psalm? Are you wandering, crying out? Is it a season of rebuilding? Are you being filled again? Wherever you are, God is already there. And if this episode is stirring something in you, if you are really hungry to realign your life with what matters, to create new rhythms that support peace and purpose, I invite you to join me for the Rhythms of Renewal. Register before December 1st and save $50. Give yourself the gift of renewal. You can go to momtomommentoring.com/renewal or just tap the link in the show notes. And beloved, if this episode has encouraged you or blessed you in any way, would you take a moment and leave a review or share it with another mom who might need something gentle and grounding this Thanksgiving. Your words truly help this message reach more women who are walking through their own seasons of becoming. And remember, when you shine, you give others permission to shine too. Happy Thanksgiving, friend. May your table be full of grace, rest, and the presence of God Himself.